Welcome to the Antro Art Podcast, a space of anthropological insight connected to real-life situations. Here, we explore topics of social inequality and inclusion, sustainability, and the social self. We aim to bring a more nuanced understanding of our world and its challenges, but also inspiration and ideas on how to solve them together. We hope you enjoy it. Celebrating Invisibility, live-in Romanian badanti caring for the elderly in southeast Italy. A text written by Gabriela Nicoescu for Antro Art. Anna, a Romanian migrant live-in care worker taking care of Italian elderly in southeast Italy, would often describe her work conditions as house detention, because her care job allowed only 2 outings of a maximum duration of 3 hours a week. She would say, combining bitterness with laughter, "Badanti, what are we here? Slaves, but what can we do?" As a reaction to her lack of freedom, one day in the summer of 2014, I suggested to Anna that I could organize a local workshop or a conference as a space to raise issues related to infringements of labor regulations. Anna rejected my proposal. She said that instead of lamenting, we should organize a party. The idea appealed to me. I started to lobby for the party and explore the possibilities. A small Italian cultural association agreed to host the party and also proposed a name: the Party of the Counter Hour. The name was supposed to indicate that the hour of the party was really unusual by Italian standards. 4 to 6 p.m. on a hot July afternoon was far from the ideal. The name was also supposed to signal that this was the only time when migrant care workers living in the town were actually free. The protagonist of this story is Anna, a pseudonym, a Romanian domestic care worker, aged 45. Anna came to work in Italy in 2005 when she was 36 years old. She had no children of her own, but had a niece, whose university education she supported financially. When Denise finished university and found employment, Anna would divide all the money that she gained every month, 600 euros a month, in 2. She would give half of the money to her partner to finish building their house in Romania, and she would keep half for her own expenses in Italy: clothes, food, tablets, monthly internet and telephone passes, cigarettes and alcohol. In the 11 years she had worked in Italy, Anna also contributed to the renovation of her partner's house in a village in eastern Romania. Anna's case is not very typical. I cannot say for sure if Anna would really want to return to Romania sometime soon. She enjoys her financial independence and she does not see herself returning to Romania soon. This piece of writing describes in detail the party we organized in Grano in July 2014, at Anna's request. The material presented comes mainly from this event, but is also based on the previous research between July 2013 and August 2014 on migrant care work with the elderly in the region. 4 hours of time a week. In 2013, Anna moved to Grano and started to take care of a woman aged 93, Nonna. She liked Nonna, and after 2 weeks, Nonna started to like her and to appreciate the way Anna talked to her, bathed her, laughed with her, cooked for her, and took her outside. But another reason why Anna liked this job with Nonna was that Nonna lived close to one of the 2 main squares of the city. Despite regulation prescribing 3 hours every day and 1 free day at the end of the week, in southeast Italy, live-in migrant care workers for the elderly rarely managed to get out of the house for more than 2 hours every day. During my research, 20 of the 34 migrant care workers I interviewed were only allowed out of the house twice a week for 2-3 hours each time, usually between 4 and 6 p.m. or 5 to 7 p.m. Living in the city center meant that Anna could get out of the house in a relatively short time and meet other migrant domestic care workers of Romanian origin in the public square, sitting on 1 or 2 benches. Anna would join the other women and experience some time of freedom, feeling the breeze of the afternoon, talking with other women, giving and receiving advice, exchanging recipes, news, and laughing over obscene jokes. The bench attracted most of the Romanian women working in the region, but not all. Some resisted to the desire to meet others and talk, and preferred to remain inside the house, outside migrant sociality. Some would use their limited free time to visit other Italian friends or work for other Italian families for extra money. Every Thursday and Saturday, Anna could go to the city center all by herself. On those days, Anna would start the day by taking a shower and preparing the clothes she would put on. The blouse would be matched with the trousers, the boots or sandals with the jacket, and, last but not least, the lipstick and perfume would be arranged on the bed in preparation for the afternoon. That day she would not cook, so that her clothes would not smell of food. She would change Nonna, feed her, dress her in clean clothes, and place her in the wheelchair to wait for her son or daughter, who took turns every couple of days to give Anna a little bit of free time. When one of the two arrived, Anna would be fully dressed and ready to go out in order to make the most of the 3 hours of free time that she had. The way she dressed attracted the attention of other people. In her outings, Anna would first go to the bench frequented by many Romanian women. After that, she would enter a few shops to look for new clothes and possibly buy some, and then go to a bar to eat a hamburger and drink a glass of alcohol. The eating and drinking would always be followed by pictures. She would ask other people at the bar to take her a picture, or she would take a selfie. By the time she got back to the bench, she would be in a different mood. She would talk, laugh, and tease other, less experienced domestic care workers. On her return home at 7 p.m., she would take care of Nonna and put her to bed. From 9 to 11 p.m., Anna updated her Facebook account with pictures of herself going out, receiving comments and responding to these. The limited hours spent outside the house are prolonged by Anna and others like her in many different ways. For Anna, Facebook represented an opportunity to create a larger space and time of encounter and visibility. Anna would normally go on Facebook at least twice a day, at lunchtime and at night, for a total of approximately 4 hours. During my research in 2013-2014, Anna looked fit and very trendy. The recent pictures that she posted on Facebook showed her with short hair dyed black, slim with plenty of makeup, always dressed in fashionable glasses and clothing, and almost always wearing red lipstick. The pictures taken before going out show an Anna who puts a lot of effort and enthusiasm into making herself look fashionable and modern, almost not assimilable to her domestic work position. The pictures taken outside the house make Anna look like a tourist in Grano, surrounded by trees in blossom or by old buildings in the town or other tourist destinations nearby. On her outings, taking pictures of herself in the places she went to, a bar or a bench in the main square, would always be followed by postings on Facebook. Images of her outings outside the town of Grano show the use of social media in context of social inequality, but also of lack of mobility among live-in migrant domestic care workers in southeast Italy. After such postings, online friends would leave comments and discussions might continue for a day or more. Through Facebook, Anna combines the sociality of the Italian South with networking among many Romanian care workers, an interaction in which she is socially comfortable and which makes her feel that she is not alone. Once or twice a week, Anna starts her day with a Facebook posting, Buongiorno, and 10 to 20 people, Romanian migrant care workers or Italian friends, respond. From the interviews I conducted for my research, 80% of the live-in care workers live only with their patients. The remaining 20% live with their patients and their patient's kin. In these latter cases, the space of the house is felt less as a space of freedom. I started this chapter with Anna's comment on the condition of live-in migrant care workers in Italy. Badanti, what are we here? Slaves. But what can we do? To further explore the duality of the badanti work between freedom and constraint, in the following section of this chapter, I describe the party that we organized following Anna's suggestion. This party demonstrates vividly women's struggles to transform themselves, to show control over their own bodies and lives, and to embody new kinds of personhood and femininity. The party of the counter hour. At 4:30 p.m. on a hot Saturday afternoon in July 2013, 6 Romanian care workers, all dressed in their best clothes and wearing makeup, lipstick and perfume, entered the ground of the Italian association where the party was being organized. Anna brought me a red rose as a sign of appreciation for my efforts in making this party happen. In reality, she was the one who should have been entitled to receive such a gift. But, as I found out afterwards, the rose she offered functioned more as a pretext. Anna wanted to mark the importance of the evening and, dressed in her silky black dress and black high heels, she started to stroll around in the city as if she was doing something important. As she explained to me later, very confident and laughing about her own adventure, she was proud that she had gone to the most expensive flower shop in the town, at 4 p.m. sharp. When the city was slowly returning to life, after the hot hours following lunch and the siesta, she bought that rose to the absolute amazement of the florist who had very rarely seen somebody at 4 p.m. dressed for an evening party. Anna was happy that she could hold an intelligent conversation with the florist and that she could express herself in impeccable Italian. When she walked along the main road, holding that flower, it was a performance in itself. In the small town of Grano, where everybody knows everybody else, she wanted to confound and amaze everyone that she knew. She thought that her action would provoke the following question in everybody's minds. Where could a badante go, dressed like that, at that hour of the afternoon? But walking at 4 p.m. on the main boulevard of Grano in her black dress and high heels, while being intended as a powerful performance, also turned out to be an awkward situation. After the siesta hours, not many Italians were around to watch what Anna was doing. To compensate for this, several times during the party she went out of the association's premises to a shop located in the old square of the city, once to buy cigarettes, another time to buy alcohol, and another time to film the passers-by. At 4:30 p.m., some more care workers joined the party and helped with the last preparations, arranging the chairs to create some space for dancing, blowing up balloons, and starting to eat the food prepared. A photograph taken at 6 p.m. shows 10 live-in care workers present at the party. the hour when most of the Romanian women working as care workers were expected to return to their employers' houses. Looking at the picture, one cannot tell who are the care workers, who are the activists, and who are the researchers, nor is their ethnic background discernible. Dressed in some of our best clothes, 10 care workers of both Indian and Romanian origin stood close to 6 Italian people and myself. The atmosphere of conviviality and friendship speaks of a very special moment when the picture was taken. It involved the kind of immortalization of a special, imperishable moment that Hans Belting describes, particularly because of its unusual and fragile nature. Many of us took pictures of this, such a rare encounter. But what resides beneath the facade of this moment and the image itself? Erving Goffman's concept of persona, seen as the front stage of how an individual wants to be perceived in public, is useful here. Goffman says that, once in public, individuals perform in order to project a desirable image of themselves. In the case of the party, the badanti exaggerate their public face and dressed not for an evening out, but for a night party. Outside the party environment, when going out twice a week from 4-6 p.m., some badanti behave as if they are free to do whatever they like, as a reaction to how their individuality is restricted inside the house. While in public, they seem to find their freedom, and they show off their desire to be seen as not conforming to their employment status. In this respect, the private houses and the public square are two important places where power relations, care, and control are enacted in quite different ways. While inside the private houses, badanti tend to exercise their authority as a means of both easing their workload and increasing the efficiency of their work, for example, cooking Romanian meals rather than Italian ones, or walking the elderly in public spaces, represents occasions during which badanti appear to exercise a certain level of control. This control is publicly perceived when Italian people scrutinize their gestures, attitudes, and external appearances of both badanti and the elderly the badanti work for. In this context, the party of the counter hour, which took place in a very central public space, represented a particular extension of the care and control relations that were happening inside Italian houses. The badanti became curators of an event where their presence, appearance, and tastes were publicly appreciated. At the same time, badanti who live in the same house with Italian family members are very often under closer supervision, and they regard the public square as their only private space. The very fact that migrants' free time from 4-6 p.m. does not coincide with the free time of Italians means that some badanti feel and act as though nobody really cares what they do and how they do it. They feel that they live in totally separate worlds from those of their employers. At 6:15 p.m., farewell kisses were exchanged and the Romanian female live-in care workers left the party. The two Indian men remained for a bit longer, until 7:30, close to their usual time to return to their places of employment. 4 Romanian women who were paid as care workers while being in relationships with older Italian men stayed a bit longer, up to 9:30 p.m. Marilyn Strathern suggests that knowledge production in anthropology benefits from shifting contexts, such as transfers between local and global, between small scale and large scale, or between the individual and groups. In this case, changing the field of interest from the house to a public venue of encounter, from care to curation, allowed a very powerful shifting of context, As Strathern affirms, epistemology is not merely about the context, but also about understanding the shifting of the context, the possibility to navigate between separate orders of knowledge, such as level, context, structure, and event. Based on Strathern's arguments, I see the curation of this event as an ideal space and time where dislocation and relocation of both people and horizons of expectations occur.